People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you People's State Bank and Grant Regional Health Center coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Faust Electric, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Bytech Incorporated, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Claire Bank, Donnie's Tire and Auto, Fuller's Milker Center, Gary's Pest Control, Community First Bank, Guy's Truck and Tractor Service, Hernson's Ace Hardware, Krantz Auto Parts, the Peterson Agency, the Raleigh Cheese House, Mound City Bank, the Russell Law Office, the Shoebox, Sloan Implement, Timmerman's Talents, Tricor Insurance, and Wolf Construction.
Good evening and welcome to Barneveld High School. It's a WIAA Division V regional final with the Belmont Braves taking on the Barneveld Golden Eagles on our great Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball, presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis, and this is the Raleigh Cheese pregame show, presented by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. The Barneveld Golden Eagles had earned the number 1 seed in this sectional 3 half sectional, with the Golden Eagles coming into tonight's game with a record of 18-7, coming off a win last night against Potosi-Cassville in the regional semifinal, 66-31. Belmont coming off wins in the regional round against Basketball on Tuesday night, 72-47, and Blackhawk last night, 48-42. Belmont, the number 4 seed, taking on the number 1 seed in this half sectional. The winner of this game takes on the winner of the game that we have over on Extreme 107.1 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, with River Ridge taking on Shalsburg. And all 6 Rivers Regional Championship Saturday night here in Division 5. Other games that we have our eye on tonight include Alma Pepin at Blair Taylor. That's an 8 seed at the number 4 seed. And number 3 seeded Kickapoo is at Oliva Strum. Other games on our Queen Bee Radio family tonight in Division 4, we have Mineral Point at Cuba City on Super Hits 106 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And Prairie du Chien at Platteville on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. This game tonight between Barneveld and Belmont is a rematch of the game that took place on January 17th, a classic that went to overtime. Barneveld got the 53-50 victory in that contest. Izzy Durst for Barneveld, 19 points on the game. Bryn Myers had 15. Casey Rickers, the game high, 25 for Belmont. In that matchup, Lexi Rickers also contributing with 13 points on the game. Both teams trying to win regional championships after taking a year off last year. They last won regional titles in 2023. And again, trying to bring home a regional championship plaque here this evening. Coming up on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, we'll talk with both head coaches. I talked with both Kaylee McGettigan of Belmont and Jim Myers of Barneveld. I asked him about the players on the Russell Office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLaw.wi.com. Also coming up, our Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups, the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, and the tip between Barneveld And Belmont. Our game tonight brought to you by Ritchie Implement in Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at richiesinc.com. I'll step aside for just a moment, and we will bring you our pregame chat with both Kaylee McGettigan and Jim Myers. Division 5 Regional Championship on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Kaylee McGettigan. Raleigh Cheese pregame show continues on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Belmont and Barneveld going at it in tonight's regional championship game, and we're joined by Belmont head coach Kaylee McGettigan. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on reaching the regional championship yet again. Another long string of runs here, reaching at least the regional championship for the Belmont Braves basketball program, coming off wins against basketball on Tuesday, and then last night against Blackhawk, the game against Blackhawk, 48-42, the final in that one. Very competitive basketball game based on the result and what we learned with Rob Spangler calling the game last night. Talk about the performance that your girls have had during the regional round here this week, and what's been going right for Belmont heading into this regional championship.
It's a little bit of everything, I think, for us right now. And when we're not really scoring well offensively, we seem to pick it up defensively. And then defensively, if we're kind of missing some rotations, I feel like offensively start to pick it up. So we just kind of fill those gaps when we're not performing at our best on one end of the floor.
Yep. And what's been the thing that you've been most satisfied with as far as this string of games, as far as, improvement maybe from the regular season through this week? Obviously not a lot of time, to, make a ton of adjustments, but are there, kind of things in the game that you've seen that the team has improved on heading into this matchup?
I really like how balanced we are. I feel like any one kid can step up and hit a shot. So, that's tough to guard. And I feel like the kids coming off the bench for us right now are huge. They're a spark, and they could just as easily start for me as anybody else. So it's been a nice progression of my young kids. They've really matured. Last night, some of my young kids made really, really great decisions, played really well. So it's been fun to watch, and the mix with my senior class, with my sophomore class, has really been something special, and they just they play really well together. It's been fun.
All right, Kaylee McGettigan with us on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, getting ready for Belmont and Barneveld. Russell Office's injury report. I know injuries were a thing towards the home stretch of the season, but it seemed like players were getting healthy and getting back into it. What's the health status of the team heading into tonight's game?
I'd say we're about 80%. Carson is still struggling with a sprained hand. That's one of those injuries that's probably not going to heal until she stops using it for a while. And then Freeman is pretty well off. That finger we still have to. It was broken, is broken, I'm not sure. But other than that, I feel like we're pretty healthy, knock on wood. We're at probably our highest level as far as health-wise that we've been in a while.
All right, and then the matchup tonight against Barneveld, a rematch of a classic that we got to see back in January, 53-50 in overtime. They were able to get the win in Belmont, but usually in these rematches, the team that loses tends to have the advantage and, gets to learn some lessons from the first matchup. What do you take away from that first matchup heading into tonight's game? What does Belmont need to do tonight?
Well, Durst is key. I mean, she's an incredible ball player. What she does in the point guard position is really special. So, she's gonna get hers, and so we're gonna task one of our, primary defenders on her, and then we have to make sure that we're not letting their second, third, fourth scorers get easy downhill looks. Last time we played them, I felt like we just overplayed some of those kids into their strengths, and so we really worked on scouting and doing the things we need to do to hopefully not let them score in bunches.
All right, should be a fun one. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Jim Myers. Our Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continues on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Regional Championship Saturday night in high school girls basketball with Barneveld hosting Belmont. We're joined by Jim Myers, the head coach of the Barneveld Golden Eagles. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on a very successful season, earning a #1 seed and a bye in this Division 5 half sectional. Coming off a win last night against Potosi Cassville, setting up a matchup with Belmont, a rematch of a game that was a classic earlier in the season. But looking at the team's body of work throughout the season, a second place finish in the Six Rivers East in a very loaded conference this year. Just talk about the accomplishments that this team has had, because this is quite the turnaround, and earning a #1 seed in a very loaded Division 3 half sectional, quite the accomplishment for this Golden Eagles team.
Well, thanks. That just comes down to a lot of hard work on the girls' part. They kind of bought into a new system. It took us a little while to get going with it, and we're still learning, I think, if you really stop to look at things. But it really came down to a lot of kids just pulling together and realizing that everybody's got to, chip in. It can't just be a one-girl show for us to be successful. And they've really kind of just embraced that a little bit, and they're having fun with it right now. And just see how long it goes in tournament time.
Yep, and what's been the biggest area of growth that you've seen from your team since the beginning of the season till now with the new system and what that growth has looked like?
Well, I think defensively they've really picked it up at times. When they're focused and they play in defense, we're a really tough team to handle. And I think the other thing is we just, again, got more and more people that are starting to get involved, so they're comfortable handling the basketball and shooting it when they're open, and hopefully that just continues.
All right, Jim Myers with us on our Raleigh Chiefs pregame show, getting ready for Belmont and Barneveld Regional Championship Saturday night. A Russell office's injury report. This time of the year, if it's not injuries, there's stomach bugs and different illnesses and things like that. How's your team fared, and what's the health of the team coming into tonight's matchup with the Braves?
Well, a lot better than the last time when we played Belmont. We had one of our starters was sick, and the other one of our first kids off the bench had just broke her thumb. So we just got her back a week or so ago. So she's kind of getting in and out, but everybody seems pretty healthy right now, which is nice, and no injuries, which is good at this, like you said, at this time of the year. You never know.
Yep, no doubt about that. And then tonight's matchup with Belmont, again, a rematch of a classic, 53-50 in overtime back in Barneveld. Got to see that game firsthand. Izzy Durst had an outstanding game in that matchup, and it kind of felt like your team was in front most of the game, and then Belmont able to chip away in and force overtime. But what do you take away from that first matchup against the Braves heading into tonight? What's going to be the key tonight for Barneveld if they're going to get the win and bring home a regional title?
First takeaway is they're a very good team. They are so well coached. They're physical. They don't know how to quit, and that's one thing I took away from that. And even seeing them throughout the year, even the games that they've lost have all been closer games that they've been into right at the very end. So it's not a team that you're going to run away from. So you got to play all 36 minutes against them. But rebounding is going to be really key because they're physical inside, and we're going to have to make sure we try to limit them to shots the best we can and get a couple extra shots on our end when we need to.
All right, should be a fun one. We're looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Kieler McGettigan. Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continues on the PB Radio Sports YouTube channel. Belmont and
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Powered to the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Our Raleigh Chiefs pregame show continuing/wrapping up from Barneveld High School as we close in on the tip between the number 7 ranked Barneveld Golden Eagles and number 9 ranked Belmont Braves. Barneveld the number 1 seed in this half sectional, and Belmont the number 4 seed in this game. Let's get you the Fuller's Smoker Center starting lineup. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sSmokerCenter.com. For the visiting Belmont Braves, again, 18-7 on the season, 11-4, the champions of the Six Rivers West. Their starting lineup goes like this: a 5'4" senior, number 5, Courtney Fritz. Fritz averaging 4.6 points, 2.8 rebounds, 1.4 steals per game. A 5'7" senior, number 10, Casey Rickers. Rickers averaging just shy of 13 points, 5 rebounds, 2.5 assists, and 3 steals per game. A 5'8" senior, number 11, Morgan Freeman. Freeman averaging over 16 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3.5 steals per game. A new member of the 1,000-point club. Congratulations to Morgan Freeman. A 5'7" sophomore, number 14, Jalen Leitzinger. Leitzinger averaging 4.5 points, 3.2 rebounds, 1.2 steals per game. And running out the starting lineup for the Belmont Braves, a 5'9" sophomore, number 24, Carson Raymaker. Raymaker averaging 8 points per game, 4.5 rebounds, 3.4 assists, and 2 steals per game. For the Barneveld Golden Eagles, their starting lineup, a junior, number 5, Aaron Lassie. A senior, number 12, Bryn Meyer. A junior, number 20, Hannah Esch. a senior, number 34, Kaylee Imone, and a junior, number 44, Izzy Durst. Those are the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at FullerSmokerCenter.com. We'll get you the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game in just a moment, as the teams line up for the national anthem. Our game tonight brought to you by Ritchie Implement in Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at Ritchie'sInc.com. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Rundy Plumbing and Heating in Belmont for all of your electrical, agricultural, commercial, and residential needs. Call Rundy Plumbing and Heating in Belmont. Here is tonight's national anthem from Barneveld High School.
Your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of
Girls basketball with Barneveld hosting Belmont.
appreciated. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, would you please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem?
Our national anthem from Barneveld High School. Closing in on the tip between Barneveld and Belmont in our WIAA Division 5 Regional Championship on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast table. Our basketball tonight brought to you by Parman Farm Supply, offering best kill insecticides and easy way cattle feeders. Parman Farm Supply can work with beef and dairy operations from 1 to 1,000, both organic and traditional. Call Parman Farm Supply in Belmont today. McNett Electric in Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, commercial, and residential electrical needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Our shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox of Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Again, the winner of this game takes on the winner of the game that we have on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We have River Ridge taking on Schallsburg, RJ Osterhaus with the call of that one again on X1071, and also video stream available on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We also have Mineral Point at Cuba City on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And in Division 3, Prairie du Chien at Platteville on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPVL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We'll also have our eye on Argyle Pecatonica taking on Belleville. And any updates that we can get you, we'll bring them to you on our Shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox of Black Earth, the latest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Oh, by the way, state championship wrestling going on now on 97.7 Country WGLR from the Kohl Center in Madison. Our callers of the game brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Belmont in their traveling black jerseys. Belmont written across the chest in orange numbers, a checkerboard pattern going up and down each side of the uniform with the Belmont Braves arrow logo on the lower right leg of the shorts. Barneveld in their home white jerseys. Eagles written across the chest in purple with purple numbers and purple trim as the tip is won by Barneveld, working from left to right as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Shot under the basket, missed by Kaylee Imone. Put back is no good. Third time, no. And the rebound pulled down by Casey Rickers. Rickers gives the outlet to Courtney Fritz. Just underway from Barneveld High School on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Three-pointer in the left corner coming up for Belmont, and that one knocked down by Casey Rickers. Barneveld up ahead, 3-0, 40 seconds gone by. Izzy Durst brings it across center court for Barneveld. Hands out to the high right side to Bryn Meyer, now back out to the top to Aaron Lassie. And a pass goes out of bounds, pass intended for Hannah Esch, and Barneveld turns the ball over for the first time tonight. 3-0, Belmont leading, 17:09 to play in the first supply, first half.
Last night, some of my young kids made really great decisions.
Belmont gets the inbound pass in. Morgan Freeman pushes ahead to Carson Raymaker. Raymaker brings it into the lane, kicks it out. Courtney Fritz loading up for three, left wing, knocks that one down! Back-to-back threes for Belmont, 6-0. Braves leading the Golden Eagles, 16:50 to play in the first supply, first half. Izzy Durst on the high right side. She loads up for three. Off the back iron, no. Courtney Fritz with the rebound for Belmont. Courtney Fritz jogs it across the timeline on the far side of the floor as I see it from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth. Near sideline as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Leitzinger had it in the left wing, now left corner, Courtney Fritz, back out to the top to Raymaker. Raymaker, left-handed dribble, finds Leitzinger, puts up a jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Izzy Durst with the rebound for Barneveld. Izzy Durst with the left-handed dribble across the center court stripe. She step and pop three, right side of the point, knocks it down! A three-point party has broken out in Barneveld, 6-3. Belmont leading Barneveld. 2 minutes gone by in our Division 5 regional final. Carson Raymaker in the left corner. Dribbles in, kicks it back out to Morgan Freeman, and her pass is deflected and stolen away by the Eagles. Both teams with a turnover apiece to begin. Bryn Meyer on the high right side for Barneveld. Gives out to the top to Hannah Esch. Works its way to the left side to Aaron Lassie. Lassie's layup rolls off the rim and a whistle on the rebound. And our first foul of the game will go against Barneveld. And it will be the first personal on Bryn Meyer.
Jim Myers.
First personal, first team, and Barneveld pressing in the backcourt. Belmont with a 6-0 lead and a football pass forward intended for Courtney Fritz off target. And Belmont back-to-back turnovers, but still leading 6-3. Now under 15.5 minutes to play in the first supply, first half. Izzy Durst looking back to the Barneveld bench for some direction. Dribbles to the high right side, now out to the top to Bryn Meyer. Meyer switches to the left hand, dribbles to the left elbow, hands off to Aaron Lassie, kicks it out to the right side to Imone. Imone cutting towards the basket. He gets fouled on the way up, and free throws coming up for number 34, Kaylee Imone. First foul assessed to Belmont, and the first foul against Jalen Leitzinger. Our game tonight brought to you by Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live or can play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cbank.com, member FDIC. First free throw no good for Imone. Still 6-3, 15:09 to play in the first supply, first half.
And they've really kind of just embraced that a little bit.
And this free throw no good either, and the rebound pulled down by Belmont. Casey Rickers with the right-handed dribble, dribbles between the rings, now hands off to Morgan Freeman on the high right side. Works his way over to Leitzinger in the corner, ball over her head, left-handed dribble, stops it, she dragged her pivot foot, and that's a travel. Belmont turns it over for the third possession in a row. Mount City Bank, their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. And Ash on the left wing, hands out to the top to Durst. Durst with a pump fake. Morgan Freeman guarding her. Drives in, right side of the paint, stops her dribble, looks for a teammate. Finds Hannah Esch at the top, works his way to Lassie, left wing. Lassie to the free throw line. And she gets called for a travel. Yeah, Lassie picked up her pivot foot before she passed it. And it will be Belmont ball, inbounding baseline left side of the basket. Have to go the length of the floor. 14:28 to play in the first supply first half. Belmont 6, Barneveld 3. And these two teams played a classic back on January 17th, a 53-50 overtime win for Barneveld at Belmont High School. Casey Rickers with it on the high right side, skips it over to Morgan Freeman, left side of the point. Now Freeman driving, loses the handle, and Izzy Durst comes away with the theft. Fourth turnover in a row for Belmont. Now Durst loads up for three. That one spit back out, and Leitsinger pulls down the board for Belmont, but trying to get past the double team, and a hand check foul going to be called against number 5, Aaron Lassie. As a "you can't do that" chant breaks out on the far side of the floor from the Belmont student section. And it will be Carson Raymaker inbounding for the Belmont Braves. Inbound gets into Morgan Freeman. Now gets back to Raymaker as, again, the Braves trying to navigate this full court press by Barneveld. Barneveld now showing a 2-3 zone look. Beg your pardon, a 1-3-1 now as Fritz drives into the lane. Now ball works its way to the left corner to Leitsinger. Leitsinger has the ball poked away and stolen away by Barneveld. Eagles back down the floor. Right-handed dribble and a offensive foul called against Barneveld. And that's Kaylee Imon's first personal. Team foul number 3 for Barneveld. 13:25 to play in the first supply first half. Belmont 6, Barneveld 3. We've been stuck in that score for a couple minutes now. Raymaker brings it across the floor. And now hands off to Freeman. Freeman driving towards the basket, and she's fouled on the way up. And free throws coming up for Morgan Freeman. And Aaron Lassie guilty of personal foul number 2. Freeman at the line, shooting 65% on the season. Freeman loading up for the first free throw. Knocks it in. For first point of the game, the sports page welcomes you in for high school beverages and to order at their menu. Weekly specials include Friday night fish, Saturday night prime rib, and large 2-topping pizzas on Sundays. The sports page in Belmont. Freeman with a second free throw. Belmont now leading 7-3. And the second free throw off the back iron, no good. Rebound collected by Barneveld. 13-10 left to play in the first supply first half. 4-point lead for the Belmont Braves. Ball in the left corner to Aaliyah Norton, who just checked in for Barneveld. Now Imon with it, left side of the paint, drives in, tries to bank it in, and does so. Nice bank shot by Kaylee Imon. 2-point deposit makes it a 2-point margin. Belmont leading 7-5. 12:48 to play in the first supply first half. Carson Raymaker brings it across center court. Now hands off to Morgan Freeman. Freeman directing traffic. Now hands off to Casey Rickers' right wing. Courtney Fritz at the top. Raymaker left side. Raymaker left-handed dribble. Left side of the paint. Hands off to Morgan Freeman. Loses the handle. Kicks it back to Rickers. Casey Rickers back on the left wing. Now Courtney Fritz back with it at the top. Driving in. Casey Rickers kicks it back out to Raymaker. Raymaker in the lane, and she traveled too. 6 turnovers for Belmont, and I have Barneveld down for 3 in the first supply first half. 7-5, Belmont leading. Our game tonight brought to you by Dave's Auto Body in Belmont, offering top quality collision repair or minor automotive repair work, as well as a selection of pre-driven vehicles. Dave's Auto Body in Belmont. Imon with the basketball, hands off to Izzy Durst. Durst with a pump fake, stop and pop jumper at the right elbow, gets it to go. Izzy Durst with 5 points, ties things up at 7 apiece, 11:50 to play until halftime, and Imon comes away with the steal and a foul against Belmont immediately after. Carson Raymaker guilty of her first personal. Team foul number 2 for Belmont. 11:48 to play in the First Supply first half. Belmont 7, Barneveld 7. Sheetles Heating and Cooling, your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Schroeder for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Sheetles Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. Leah Norton on the high left side. Hands off to number 12, Bryn Meyer. Meyer, left-handed dribble, left side of the paint. Hands off to the left corner. Norton brings it back out to the top. Now it's Hannah Esch just to the left of the point. Hands off to Izzy Durst. Durst with a nice fake. Morgan Freeman nearly bit on it. And now Durst loads up for three straight ahead off the left side of the rim. And the rebound pulled down by Lexi Rickers, who's now in the game for the Braves. Ball pushed ahead to Carson Raymaker, near sideline. Ball kicked out to number 21, Brittany Taylor, now in the game for Belmont as well. Now Freeman driving baseline, and she gets hit on the way up, and a foul will go against number 12, Bryn Meyer. That'll be her second, team foul number 5. Barneveld fans not happy about that call. Looks like all ball from our vantage point. But it'll be Morgan Freeman heading to the free throw line, and she's trying to work an issue with her finger on her left hand. Like she might have jammed it when she was going up to the hoop. Freeman's first free throw is swished. So 2 for 3 at the line. Our street tonight powered by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. And by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Second free throw also good for Morgan Freeman. Belmont back in front by 2, 9-7, under 11 minutes to play until halftime. Hannah Esch with it on the high right side, hands off to the top to Kaylee Imone. Now back to Hannah Esch. Esch switches to the right hand. Underhand toss to Leah Norton. Norton stops her dribble at the top of the arc. Looks at Durst, gives it to her, nearly loses it into the backcourt, but Durst able to recover. Durst, left-handed dribble, dribbles behind her back. Now drives in. Left-handed layup off the glass and in. Izzy Durst now up to 7 points. Tied at 9, 10-15 to play until halftime. Carson Raymaker on the right corner. Now to the top to Lexi Rickers. Lexi looks at Casey. She gets it in the left wing, now left corner. As Taylor loses the handle and it's stolen away by Barneveld. Izzy Durst jogs it across center court. And foul against Belmont. That'll be a blocking foul, I believe. It's against Morgan Freeman, and that will be her first personal. Team foul number 3 for Belmont. Non-shooting foul, Izzy Durst set to inbound baseline left side. Durst gets it in to Hannah Esch, and she puts up a floater. That one too strong off the backboard. And a whistle off the rebound. And another hand check foul called against number 2, Eliza Gordon, who just checked in. Actually, beg your pardon, that's on number 34, Kaylee Imone, her second personal. And now Morgan Freeman set to inbound for Belmont. Tied at 9 with 9:46 left to play in the First Supply first half. Morgan Freeman brings it across right on top of the Eagles logo at center court. Hands out to Casey Rickers on the high right side. Now off to Leitzinger in the right corner. Now out to the top to Brittany Taylor. Taylor gets back to Lexi Rickers. Lexi stops her dribble, hands off to Taylor in the corner. Taylor swings it over to Leitzinger, now to Freeman left wing. Freeman finds Lexi. Now Brittany Taylor in the right corner. Casey Rickers trying to get past Eliza Gordon. Drives in the lane. Puts up a shot. That one no good. Izzy Durst with the rebound for Barneveld. 9 minutes to play in the First Supply first half. We are tied at 9. Izzy Durst lobs it down low. Turnaround shot is no good by Maya Norton. And Freeman comes away with the rebound. 1-on-2, back the other way. Gives back to Taylor, cutting towards the basket. That's no good. And the rebound taken by Norton. Barneveld wanted to travel. No travel called. As Durst, her scoop layup off the front of the rim, no good. And Belmont comes away with the rebound. Lexi Rickers pulls it down for Belmont. as the Braves try and slow things down a bit. Morgan Freeman on the right corner. Left-handed dribble, stops it, gives to Lexi Rickers in the right corner. Has the ball poked away for a moment. Now looking for someone to pass to. That one lobbed cross court, goes out of bounds and into the Barneveld student section. And a timeout taken by Kaylee McGettigan of Belmont with 8:09 to play in the first supply first half. It's a 30-second timeout. And that'll give us a chance to tell you that our game is brought to you by Southwest Health. They have over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Ready Plumbing and Heating in Belmont for all of your agricultural, commercial, and residential needs. Call Ready Plumbing and Heating in Belmont. Parman Farm Supply offers best kill insecticides and easy way cattle feeders. Parman Farm Supply can work with beef and dairy operations from 1 to 1,000, both organic and traditional. Call Parman Farm Supply in Belmont today. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Coming out of the Belmont timeout, 8 minutes to play. Belmont 9, Barneveld 9. A tight ball game as we expected so far in our Division 5 regional final. Aaliyah Norton hands off to Eliza Gordon. Now back out. Ash loads up for three. Off the side of the iron, no good, and the rebound pulled down by Lexi Rickers. Braves push it ahead to Carson Raymaker on the high right side. Lobs it in, cutting towards the basket. Lexi Rickers, and her shot is rejected by Durst. Izzy Durst doing a lot of it for Barneveld so far. Euro step in the lane, and her left-handed layup is good. 9 points for Izzy Durst and Barneveld with their first lead of the game, 11-9 with 7:15 to play until halftime. Courtney Fritz on the right wing, left-handed dribble, hands off to Casey Rickers. She loads up for three. Off the back iron, no good. Lexi trying to track it down, ball poked out of bounds. Last touch by Eliza Gordon, and it will be Belmont ball. They'll inbound baseline left side. A great crowd here at Barneveld High School, as you can see on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Braves in possession of the ball off the inbound. Driving in, and ball's loose, and a steal by Barneveld. Had that down as Belmont's 9th turnover of the game unofficially as Durst loads up for three. Off the back iron, no. Ball tapped, and saving it from going out of bounds is Aaliyah Norton. Gets it to Maya Norton. She turns around. Her shot's no good. And a whistle off the rebound. It'll be Belmont ball. As they say, fouls against Maya Norton. Personal foul number 1, team foul number 7. So a 1-and-1 coming up for number 14, Jalen Leitzinger. Leitzinger looking for her first points of the game, averaging 4.4 per game, shooting 36% at the line. And Leitzinger can't hit the free throw, and the rebound pulled down by Barneveld. Collecting it is Hannah Esch. She'll hand off to Izzy Durst. Durst dribbles to the sideline, hands off to the top, now works its way to the left wing to Hannah Esch. Esch being chased by Courtney Fritz. Underhand toss to Durst. Durst, left-handed dribble, switches to the right hand, trying to spin off Morgan Freeman, kicks it out to the left wing to Aaron Lassie. Lassie gets a screen from Maya Norton, dribbles in the lane, loses the handle, and stolen away by Belmont. Braves get it across center court. Morgan Freeman tries to kick it down low to Leitzinger, and a miscommunication. Belmont with turnover number 10. And it will be Barneveld ball with 5:56 left in the first supply, first half. McNett Electric and Belmont can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, commercial, and residential electrical needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Aaron Lassie with the basketball on the high right sides. Cross-court pass to number 20, Hannah Esch. Back out to Maya Norton. Ball over her head. Now a left-handed dribble. Preston Raymaker goes for a steal. Unsuccessful, but Durst able to collect it for Barneveld. Durst driving in the lane. Spin move on Freeman, and a foul against Morgan Freeman, I believe, will send Izzy Durst to the free throw line. Or no, they're going to say it was on the floor before the shot. They actually say it's on Courtney Fritz. I thought that was on Morgan Freeman. As number 20, Hannah Esch, checks out of the game. And I believe Eliza Gordon checking back in for Barneveld. Izzy Durst inbounding baseline left side for the Eagles. Gets it in Aaron Lassie in the left corner. Lassie stops her dribble on the left wing, out to the top to Gordon. Swung over to Durst on the right wing. Durst underhand toss to Bryn Meyer. Meyer stops her dribble at the free throw line. Kicks it out. Left wing three-pointer coming up for Gordon. Off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound tracked down by Lassie for the offensive rebound. Now driving in. Shot is missed by Bryn Meyer, and the Braves collect the board off the missed shot. Under 5 minutes left till halftime, 11-9, low scoring between these two Six Rivers Conference teams. Raymaker at the left elbow, kicks it out to the left corner to Casey Rickers. Rickers skips it over to Morgan Freeman, right side of the point. Now to Carson Raymaker. Pump fakes, drives in, scoop layup, too strong, but a foul called against Barneveld with free throws coming up for Raymaker. Team foul number 8. And I believe this is personal foul number 2 for Maya Norton. Raymaker's first free throw, back iron, no good. Hertz's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hertz's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hertz's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. And by Ritchie Implement in Cobb and Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at richiesinc.com. And Raymaker airballs the second free throw out of bounds. And with 4:32 remaining in the first supply first half, 11-9, Barneveld leading Belmont in our Division 5 regional final. Bryn Meyer at the top, hands off to the left wing. Hannah Esch, nice slot pass down low. Unable to finish is Bryn Meyer, and Barneveld collects the rebound. Casey Rickers brings it across center court, right on top of the Eagles logo. Exchanges passes with Courtney Fritz, now hands off Morgan Freeman. Carson Raymaker in the right corner. Ball over her head. Drives to the right side of the paint, now to Courtney Fritz, back out to the top to Rickers. Casey hands off to Raymaker, now to Morgan Freeman, left side of the point. Now Raymaker in the lane, puts up a shot, no good, cleans up her own mess, tries to kick it back out, and a kick ball called against Barneveld. It'll stay with Belmont, 3:47 left in the first supply first half, 11-9. Barneveld in the lead. Morgan Freeman gets the inbound pass in to Courtney Fritz in the right corner. Fritz drives in, stops her dribble, kicks out to Carson Raymaker, now out to the top to Rickers. Morgan Freeman driving in, runs into a double team, left side of the lane, and a steal by Aaron Lassie. Belmont with their 11th turnover. Durst in the lane, and a foul against Belmont as Durst tried to put it off the window, but had the ball ripped out of her hand. And that is the second foul on Morgan Freeman. Team foul number 5. And Durst at the free throw line for the first time tonight. Durst misses the first free throw. Russell Law Office is here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin. Russell Law Offices. Durst hits the second free throw. 10 points now for Izzy Durst on the game, 12-9. Barneveld leading Belmont, 3:15 left to play in the first supply, first half. Casey Rickers on the right wing, hands off to the left wing to Lexi Rickers. Now to Raymaker. Now Casey Rickers, right side. Rickers drives in the lane, tries to put it off the glass, rolls off the front of the rim, and the rebound pulled down by Durst. Durst trying to sprint down the floor. Kicks it out to the right corner. And a toss back out to the top to Hannah Esch. Ball swung over to Aaron Lassie on the left wing. Now, Imon finds an open teammate, straight ahead, three coming up. Off the side of the rim, no good. Shot missed by number 12, Bryn Meyer. Now, Casey Rickers on the right corner, cross-court pass to Raymaker. Now on the right wing to Lexi Rickers. Ball swung over to Carson Raymaker, left wing. 2:20 left to play until halftime. Raymaker back out. Long range three. Outside of the rim, no good. And Durst with another rebound for the Eagles. Durst driving in. Scoop layup is good for Durst. 12 points for Izzy Durst, 14-9. A 7-0 run for Barneveld. Lexi Rickers hands out to Casey Rickers on the right wing. Now Raymaker left wing, left corner, Lexi Rickers. Courtney Fritz between the rings, tries to get back to Rickers, and another steal by Barneveld. Back the other way, shot is off the glass and in for Bryn Meyer. Her first points of the game and a timeout taken by Belmont. A 9-0 run for Barneveld with 1:35 left until halftime. It's a full stop, but we can't take a commercial break. We got nowhere to go. So let's tell you that our game is brought to you by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. And by McNett Electric in Belmont, they can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Player Bank with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Player Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. Be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and AyersFurniture.com. Tyler Dictanis with you from the Wolf Construction broadcast booth on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. 1:35 left to play in the first supply first half, 16-9. Barneveld leading Belmont in our Division 5 regional final. Belmont coming out of the timeout. Full court press being applied by Barneveld. Carson Raymaker brings it across the center court stripe. Raymaker pushes ahead to Fritz, and Fritz can't haul it in. More of an errant pass by the teammate, and now it'll be Barneveld ball with 1:25 to play until halftime. Izzy Durst brings it across the timeline. Hands off to the right wing, now back out to the top to Aaliyah Norton. Norton finds Hannah Esch on the left wing. Now back out to the top to Durst. Durst being guarded by Lexi Rickers, lobs it down low. Maya Norton finds a teammate cutting towards the basket, and finishing is Bryn Meyer. Bryn Meyer now with 4 points on the game, 18-9. Barneveld in the lead. Courtney Fritz brings it across center court. We're under a minute to play. And off the window and in by Jalen Leitzinger. Her first points of the game. Ends the Belmont drought, 18-11 with 35 seconds left until halftime. Izzy Durst lobs it down low. And off the window and in for Maya Norton. 20-11. Barneveld leading. Barneveld continuing to press, but Belmont able to bring it across the timeline. 10 seconds left. Raymaker, right-handed dribble. Back out to the top to Rickers. Fritz, right wing. 2 seconds left. Ball skipped out. No shot made. And at the half, Barneveld leads Belmont 20-11. Coming up in just a moment, our McNett Electric halftime report. For all of your electrical needs, call McNett Electric of Belmont. We'll check into the shoebox scoreboard, see what updates we can bring you across our Queen Bee Radio family and what's going on in Southwest Wisconsin girls postseason basketball. I'm going to go silent for a minute, see if I can get a drink of water, and I'll get you the McNett Electric halftime report after this on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Back in Barneveld, halftime from Barneveld High School, and at the break, 22-11. Barneveld leading Belmont in our Division 5 regional final on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Some halftime scores we can tell you about on the Shoebox scoreboard, presented by the Shoebox and Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. We have Schallsburg leading River Ridge at the half on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, 16-15. Another low-scoring game in that contest. In the first half in Platteville, the last update we had, Prairie du Chien was leading Platteville 9-7. That on ESPN Radio AM 1590, WPVL, the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. No updates from Cuba City between Mineral Point and the Cubans over on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Again, a reminder, we have state wrestling going on 97.7 Country WGLR and WGLR.com. Now a halftime score, Platteville leading Prairie du Chien at the half, 15-14. Low-scoring games in Southwest Wisconsin on regional championship Saturday night. Our basketball tonight brought to you by TC Networks of Platteville, from IT consulting to security cameras, door access control, and more. Learn about how they can help you at tcnetworks.com. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Jim Drury and the gang a call. TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Recapping the First Supply first half, it was a tight ball game early on, as both teams went back and forth for about the first 9 minutes or so of the game. But Barneveld closing out the first half on a 13-2 run to take a 20-11 halftime lead. Leading the way for Barneveld is Izzy Durst with 12 points on the game so far. 4 points for Bryn Meyer. And then 2 points apiece for Maya Norton and Kaylee Imone. Eliza Gordon saw action in the first half but did not score. Aaron Lassie started and did not score for Barneveld. As for Belmont, 3 players with 3 points apiece. Courtney Fritz with 3, Casey Rickers with 3, and Morgan Freeman with 3. Jalen Leitzinger with 2 points. And Carson Raymaker missed her 2 free throws on the game through one half of play. And that's all the scoring that Belmont had. Brittany Taylor saw action but did not score. Lexi Rickers did not score in that first half. I had Belmont down unofficially for 12 first half turnovers and Barneveld with 4. Again, that number very unofficial, and we'll see what the second half brings here at Barneveld High School. Again, the winner of this game takes on the winner of Shullsburg and River Ridge, and Shullsburg with a 1-point lead at the half, 16-15. That game over on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our basketball tonight brought to you by First Supply in Platteville, your total commercial plumbing and heating wholesale outlet. When quality parts are needed, the experts rely on First Supply in Platteville. Guys Truck and Tractor for heavy-duty towing and recovery. Reliable 24-hour roadside service and long-distance transports. Call Guys Truck and Tractor in Kieler and at guystruck.com. Carver's Hardwood Flooring for hardwood flooring, stair installation, and refinishing needs. Call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. That's Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. Krantz Auto Parts, your local hardware Hank and Napa dealer. See Rob Krantz of the crew at Krantz Auto Parts for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts of Fenimore. Bytech Resource Management of Greener Way. Bytech Resource Management of Monroe. Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors of Belmont. Prairie du Chien and at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at Sloans.com. Bouse Electric. Call Brad Adrian and Josh Wisher at Bouse Electric in Lancaster and Fenimore. WCC Brands, custom apparel in Kieler and at WCC-brands.com. People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional, friendly service. And by Donnie's Tire and Auto, call the only hooker in town for 24-hour towing service at 568-3014. That's 568-3014. Your home for excellent car care is at Donnie's Tire and Auto in Dickeyville. Wrapping up our McNett Electric halftime report brought to you by McNett Electric. For all of your electrical needs, call McNett Electric in Belmont. Just a couple minutes away from the start of the second half. From Barneveld. Updates from state wrestling. Aiden Grunfelder of Peck Argyle, a state champion at 120 pounds in Division III. Congratulations to Aiden Grunfelder. Very gifted wrestler. Good to see we have a state champion on the board for Southwest Wisconsin. Again, you can catch all the state wrestling action over on 97.7 Country WGOR. Basketball tonight brought to you by Ritchie Implement in Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at richiesinc.com. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Rundy Plumbing and Heating in Belmont for all of your agricultural, commercial, and residential needs. Call Rundy Plumbing and Heating in Belmont. Farm and Farm Supply offers best kill insecticides and easy way cattle feeders. Farm and Farm Supply can work with dairy and beef operations from 1 to 1,000, both organic and traditional. Call Farm and Farm Supply in Belmont today. Again, our halftime show brought to you by McNett Electric in Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, commercial, and residential electrical needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Mount City Bank, their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop at Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. Start of the second half from Barneveld High School. Belmont will take possession of the basketball. Working from left to right as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 20-11. Our score through one half of play. Courtney Fritz with it on the high left side for Belmont. Gives out to the top to Casey Rickers. Morgan Freeman lobs it to the right elbow to Raymaker. Raymaker now decides to dribble. Left-handed layup off the window and in for Raymaker. All the starters for Belmont now have points on their stat line, 20-13 with 17:25 left to play in regulation. Izzy Durst, a rainbow cross-court pass to Hannah Esch. Esch hands off to the right wing. Now Izzy Durst with it right wing. Lobs it in to Kaylee Imone. Now back out to the top to Esch. Passes over to Bryn Meyer. Meyer had it poked away momentarily, and a double dribble called against Barneveld. As Bryn Meyer thought someone from Belmont touched it first, but it will be Belmont basketball. A minute gone by into the second half, 20-13. Golden Eagles leading the Belmont Braves. Ball lobbed into Raymaker, left side of the paint, now back out to the top. Courtney Fritz kicks it out to Morgan Freeman. Freeman driving towards the basket, runs into a double team, and a held ball called in the alternate possession. Gives it to Barneveld, 16:43 to play in the game, 20-13. Barneveld in the lead. Community First Bank, for the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. Izzy Durst hands off to number 12, Bryn Meyer on the right wing. Lobs it into Imone. Imone wasn't expecting it, and coming away with it is Jalen Leitsinger. Leitsinger gives to Morgan Freeman to bring it across center court. Hands off to the right wing to Fritz. Now left wing, Casey Rickers. Rickers gives to Fritz on the left wing. Now to Leitsinger, right wing, all over her head. Hands off to Rickers in the right corner. Now to Freeman in the corner. High right side to Rickers, now to Fritz, down to Leitsinger, left wing. Braves just working the ball around the three-point arc. Ball lobbed into Fritz, back out to the top to Rickers. Thought about a three, now decides to dribble. Leitsinger, ball over her head, gives out to Fritz. Fritz tries to skip it in, but a kicked ball went off the foot of number 20, Hannah Esch. Ball will stay with Belmont with 15:44 to play, 20-13. Golden Eagles leading the Belmont Braves. Inbound pass gets into Casey Rickers, hands off to Courtney Fritz. Fritz drives in, stops her dribble, right side of the paint. Now skipped in to Morgan Freeman. Freeman finds Leitsinger in the corner, gives back to Freeman. Freeman runs into a double team, tries to put up a shot, and a foul against Barneveld. I believe this is against Izzy Durst. That's her first foul of the game. Team foul number 1 for Barneveld. The sports page welcomes you for high school beverages and order out their menu. Weekly specials include Friday night fish, Saturday night prime rib, and large 2-topping pizzas on Sundays. The sports page in Belmont. Kaylee Imone checks out for Barneveld. Now in the game is number 30, Aaliyah Norton. Say a non-shooting foul, so Morgan Freeman will inbound baseline right side. Casey Rickers hands off to Courtney Fritz on the right wing. Fritz now decides to dribble, hands off to the top to Casey Rickers. Rickers standing right on the beak of the Eagles logo. Now hands off to Leitsinger. Freeman finds Fritz. Now Rickers at the top. Courtney Fritz driving in, kicks it out to the right wing. Now right corner to Carson Raymaker. Cross-court pass, back to Casey Rickers. Trying to work off Bryn Meyer. Now right wing, Leitsinger gives it in to Freeman. Freeman tries to drive in, loses the handle, and another steal for Barneveld. Bryn Meyer drives in, finds Norton cutting towards the basket, and Aaliyah Norton deposits two. 22-13, 14:30 to play. Barneveld leading Belmont in our Division 5 Regional Championship. Casey Rickers brings it across center court. Hands off to Courtney Fritz. Fritz driving but gets bumped, and a hand check foul called against Barneveld. Bryn Meyer draws personal foul number 3, team foul number 2 of the half. And now Eliza Gordon will check in, and that will send Bryn Meyer to the bench. Sheetles Heating and Cooling, your local Daikin dealer. Call Bradley Scheider for heating, ventilating, and air conditioning service from Sheetles Heating and Cooling in Bloomington. Demo pass gets into Casey Rickers. Rickers trying to drive baseline, gives to Morgan Freeman. Freeman trying to drive in, puts up a floater in the lane. That one off the window too strong. Able to save it is Casey Rickers, and she'll toss to Courtney Fritz. Rickers gets it back in the corner. And now a ball poked out of bounds. Who touched it last? And it's Barneveld ball. 13:58 to play, 22-13, low-scoring game in our Division V Regional Championship. Community First Bank, freeing the communities where you live or can play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com, member FDIC. Aaron Lassie tries to lob it into Norton. Norton kicks it back out to the right wing, now corner to Durst. Izzy Durst directing traffic. Hands off to Eliza Gordon on the right wing. Now to the top to Lassie. Lassie feeds Norton down low, tries to bank it in, and gets it down. Aaliyah Norton with a 2-point deposit, and the biggest lead of the game for Barneveld as the ball goes out of bounds after a collision at the right elbow. And it will be Barneveld basketball. Belmont turns it over. Brittany Taylor checks into the game for Belmont, sending Courtney Fritz to the bench. Mount City Bank's total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. Three-pointer in the right corner off the front of the rim, no good. And a big collision between Lexi Rickers and Aaliyah Norton on the rebound. And they're going to say it's on Norton. Personal foul number 1, team foul number 3 of the half for Barneveld. Morgan Freeman will inbound it for the Braves. Just skips it into Casey Rickers as two players in the backcourt for Barneveld applying pressure. Sprinting across center court is Rickers. Now Lexi Rickers loads up for 3 in the right corner, no good. Taylor with the rebound for Belmont, and she gets fouled on the way up trying to clean up the mess. And that will be a foul on number 5, Erin Lassie. That's her third. Team foul number 4 for Barneveld. And Taylor at the free throw line. Taylor misses the first. Brittany Taylor on the season shooting 52% at the charity stripe. Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. And my Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Second free throw is good for Brittany Taylor, her first point of the game. 24-14, 12:52 to play. Izzy Durst across center court. Dribbles behind her back, trying to shake off Taylor. Hands off in the corner to Tatum Thousand, who just checked in for Barneveld off that last free throw attempt. And a shot missed by number 20, Hannah Esch, and the rebound pulled down by Belmont. And a push going to be called against number 20, Hannah Esch, as Morgan Freeman was trying to sprint towards the basket, got shoved from behind. It'll be the first personal on Hannah Esch. 5 team fouls already for Barneveld with 12.5 minutes to go in the second half. Belmont, no fouls called yet. Carson Raymaker, right side of the paint, drives towards the basket, falls down, loses the handle, and turns it over along the baseline. Barneveld will take possession. Hertz's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Hertz's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hertz's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hertz's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Assistant coach Frank McGettigan cleaning up some perspiration along the right elbow where Morgan Freeman tripped on that last possession. As Izzy Durst brings it across the timeline for Barneveld, leading by 10. And a pass goes into the front row along the near sideline. And it'll be a turnover for Barneveld. Belmont takes possession with 12:11 to play in the second half. Casey Rickers gets a pass from Lexi Rickers, now swings it over to Brittany Taylor in the left wing. Between the rings, Lexi Rickers, Taylor gets it right back, skips it into Freeman. Freeman, left side of the paint. Ball swung over. Casey Rickers loading up for three, right side of the point. Off the front of the rim, no good. Izzy Durst with the rebound for Barneveld. Izzy Durst sprints across center court. Dribbles behind her back. Able to keep it alive somehow. As Norton gets it in the left corner. Now on the high left side to Tatum Thousand. Thousand hands off to Norton. Overhead pass to Durst. Loads up for three. Spit back out. Freeman with the rebound for Belmont. Try to get in transition. Freeman puts up a shot, and it's blocked by Durst. What a block. Preventing the easy bucket. And it will stay with Belmont as it went off Durst's fingertips, and Freeman will inbound baseline right side. Inbound pass gets into Casey Rickers, gets back to Freeman in the corner. She loads up for three. That one no good. And the rebound pulled down by number 10, Maya Norton. Izzy Durst on the high right side. Finds Esch cutting towards the basket, and she finishes off the glass and in. Hannah Esch with a 2-point deposit, 26-14, under 11 minutes to go. Barneveld in the lead. Freeman driving in. She puts it off the glass and in. Morgan Freeman now up to 5 points. And a timeout taken by Barneveld with 10:45 to play. 26-16, Barneveld leading. And it's a 30-second timeout. Russell Offices here to assist as your local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Proudly serving Southern Wisconsin, Russell Law Offices. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist. The pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. McNett Electric can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Claire Bank with 3 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. Be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and ayersfurniture.com. 26-16 coming out of the Barneveld timeout. Golden Eagles leading the Braves. As Norton has it in the right corner, now hands off to Durst. Durst an underhand toss to the left wing to Meyer. Gives back to Durst on the right wing, drives in, puts up a floater. That one spit back out. That one didn't drop. And the rebound pulled down by Lexi Rickers. Rickers gives to Casey Rickers right on top of the Eagles logo. Now a three-pointer for Taylor. Off the side of the rim, no good. Ball poked out of bounds. Last touched by Izzy Durst. And it will be Belmont basketball inbounding baseline right side. Morgan Freeman set to throw it in. Morgan Freeman gets it into Raymaker on the right wing. She drives in, goes for a layup. Shot's no good, but a foul against Barneveld. 26-16 the score, 10-10 remaining. And now Raymaker back at the free throw line. She was 0 for 2 on her last trip. She's got 2 points on the game. Had a layup earlier. And the first free throw on this trip is good for Raymaker. Basketball tonight brought to you by Ritchie Implement in Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster. See their inventory and employment opportunities at ritchiesinc.com. Second free throw also good for Raymaker. Makes it 26-18, just over 10 minutes left to play. Izzy Durst pushes it across to Tatum Thousand. Thousand stops her dribble on the right side, and a hand check foul called against Belmont. As Brittany Taylor whistled up for her first foul of the game and the first team foul of the half for Belmont. Tatum Thousand will throw in the inbound pass right in front of the Barneveld bench. Gets it into Izzy Durst, now swung over to the left wing to Maya Norton. Durst gets it back on the right wing. Right-handed dribble. Back to Norton, now in the left corner. Norton gets it back. She loads up for three. Tries to bank it in, and Morgan Freeman pulls down the board for Belmont. Morgan Freeman switches to the left hand, driving towards the basket, left-handed layup off the window and in. 7 points for Morgan Freeman, back to a two-possession game, 26-20, 9:25 to play. Aya Norton in the left corner, now to Durst on the right wing, back to the left wing to Bryn Meyer. Meyer finds Tatum Thousand, cross-court pass to Norton. Now Meyer. Thousand loading up for three, side iron, no. And Rickers gets the rebound. Lexi Rickers trying to get past the double team, hands off to Casey. Casey Rickers brings it across the timeline. Now to Lexi Rickers, now left corner. Taylor loads up for three, overshoots the rim. Casey Rickers tracks it down but loses the handle. Izzy Durst comes away with the steal for the Golden Eagles. Izzy Durst stops her dribble at the free throw line. Hands off to the left wing to Bryn Meyer. Now Durst with it on the right wing. Driving in, puts up a floater, gets that one to drop. 14 points for Izzy Durst, 28-20 the new score, 8.5 minutes to play. Casey Rickers hands off to the left wing. Brittany Taylor, now to Morgan Freeman at the free throw line, trying to get past Durst. Loses the handle and a whistle. And it's a foul against Tatum Thousand. And it's a 1-and-1 for Morgan Freeman. 8:18 remaining. An 8-point lead for Belmont as a few subs come in for each team. Freeman set to shoot the free throw. She's 3 of 4 at the line tonight. 7 points in total. Make it 8 as she converts the front end of a 1-and-1. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. Free throw is good for Morgan Freeman. And a timeout taken by Belmont with 8:18 to play, 28-22 in our Division 5 regional final on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Other halftime scores we can tell you about: Albany Monticello leads Palmyra Eagle at the half, 49-13. Also, we have Prairie du Chien leading Platteville with 10:34 left in the second half on ESPN Radio, AM 1590 WPBL, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Mineral Point trailing Cuba City with 12:26 left in the second half, 71-30. That game on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Coming out of the timeout, Golden Eagles in possession of the basketball. Izzy Durst brings it across center court. Ball works its way to the left corner to Aaron Lassie. Lassie lobs it in to Imone. Ball lost, but recovered on the left wing by number 24, who is not in the program for me, as a shot put up and missed. And the rebound collected by the Eagles. That's Bryn Meyer with the offensive board. I believe number 24 is Hannah Esch. Must have changed her uniform at halftime, as a three-pointer in the corner is missed by Durst. And the rebound collected by number 20, Lexi Rickers. Morgan Freeman brings it across center court, pushes ahead to Courtney Fritz, and she gets whacked on the way up. And now Courtney Fritz at the free throw line. Courtney Fritz had a three-pointer in the first half. Her first free throws of the game. Fritz shooting 83% at the free throw line on the season. And the first free throw is knocked in. 28-23 to score, 7:28 remaining. Grundy Plumbing and Heating in Belmont. For all of your agricultural, commercial, and residential needs, call Grundy Plumbing and Heating in Belmont. Second free throw missed by Courtney Fritz, but a whistle off the rebound, and it will go to Barneveld. 5-point game, 28-23, 7:28 left. Ball gets into Hannah Esch, and now back to Izzy Durst. Izzy Durst brings it across the timeline, gives to Esch in the left wing, now left corner to Norton. Esch with it back on the left wing, now to the right side to number 12, Bryn Meyer. Back to Esch on the left wing. Now Norton, back to Esch, cross-court pass to Durst on the right wing, being guarded by Courtney Fritz. Now Esch loads up for three. Airballs it short of the rim, goes out of bounds. Ivon can't track it down. It'll be Belmont ball with 6:57 left to play. 28-23. Barneveld leading Belmont. Casey Rickers brings it across the timeline, pushes ahead to Courtney Fritz on the right wing. Skips it to Morgan Freeman in the corner, now out to the top to Rickers. Now Courtney Fritz left side of the point. Gets back to Casey Rickers. Looks at Freeman, skips to Raymaker at the right elbow. Right-handed dribble. Raymaker back out to the top to Fritz. Fritz driving on Durst, kicks it out to the left wing. Lexi Rickers a floater, and that one drops. Lexi Rickers with her first points of the game, and it's 28-25, a three-point game, 6:15 to play. Ball in the left corner to Aaliyah Norton, and a loose ball, but a whistle. And a foul against Belmont. Falls on Morgan Freeman, that's her third. Team foul number 2. Izzy Durst will inbound baseline left side for Barneveld. Ball gets into Esch in the left corner. Esch skips it over to the top to Bryn Myers. Swung over to number 30, Aaliyah Norton. Norton back out to the top to Meyer. Now to Izzy Durst. Back to Norton in the right corner. Norton tries to skip it ahead. Meyer puts up a floater. That one won't drop in. Second chance for Imone is good. Kaylee Imone now with 4 points. Back to a 5-point lead. 30-25, 5:40 remaining. Courtney Fritz, top of the arc. Hands out to Morgan Freeman in the corner. Lobs it into Raymaker. Runs into a triple team and a travel called against Raymaker. Barneveld takes possession with 5:29 to play. Ritchie Implement and Cobb, Barneveld, Darlington, and Lancaster see their inventory and employment opportunities at richiesinc.com. And a three-pointer is made. I believe that was by Aaliyah Norton. And a whistle under the basket as a foul called against number 34, Kaylee Imone. That's her third, or beg your pardon, her fourth. And now a 1-on-1 for Carson Raymaker, 33-25 with 5:05 to play. Kaylee Imone checks out. Maya Norton checks in. As Carson Raymaker, 2 for 2 on her last trip, hits the first on the 1-on-1. McNett Electric and Belmont can assist with all your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call. I'm ready to help you with your agricultural, commercial, and residential electrical needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Second free throw good for Raymaker. Makes it 33-27 with 5:05 to play. Izzy Durst throws in the inbound. Gets it right back after throwing it into Aaliyah Norton. Durst brings it across center court. Hands out to Hannah Esch. Esch holding onto the ball. Now gets to Durst. Durst looking back at Coach Myers. Gives back to Esch. As Esch just keeps holding onto the ball. Esch hands off to Norton, trying to shake off Casey Rickers, or beg your pardon, Lexi Rickers, and a timeout taken by Barneveld with 4:31 remaining. A 30-second timeout, 33-27. the score. Tell you that our broadcast is brought to you by Parman Farm Supply, offering best kill insecticides and easy way cattle feeders. Parman Farm Supply can work with beef and dairy operations from 1 to 1,000, both organic and traditional. Call Parman Farm Supply in Belmont today. And by Mount City Bank, their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop at Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. 4:31 remaining. Barneveld 33, Belmont 27, Division 5 Regional Championship. Hannah Esch inbounding in front of the student section along the near sideline as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Esch looking for someone to pass to, going to lob it into the backcourt to Izzy Durst. Durst has 14 points on the game. Durst gets it across the timeline, dribbles behind her back, trying to get past Morgan Freeman. Gets back to the top to Esch, now to Norton in the left corner. Now to the top to Maya Norton. Finds Aaliyah Norton, left wing, looking for someone to pass to, now decides to dribble. Now back to Meyer, now left corner, as Barneveld just trying to bleed out the clock, now under 4 minutes to play. And Esch trying to get past Courtney Freeman, or Courtney Fritz, beg your pardon. Now off to Izzy Durst. Durst under the basket, and now a quick foul against Casey Rickers. That'll be personal foul number 1 on Casey. With 3:47 left, Izzy Durst will inbound baseline left side. Carson Raymaker checks in. That will send Jalen Leitsinger to the bench for Belmont. Now Durst inbounds it, lobs it into Esch. Now inside to Bryn Meyer. Back out to the right wing to Maya Norton. Norton feeds Meyer down low. Aaliyah Norton, left side of the paint. Ball works its way back to Durst. Durst being trailed by Morgan Freeman, and Freeman guilty of the foul. That's her 4th. That's a big foul for Belmont. 3.5 minutes to go. As again, Barneveld just bleeding out the clock. Izzy Durst will throw in the inbound again, right in front of the student section again along the near sideline. Ball gets into Maya Norton. Norton takes a couple dribbles inside the paint, being swarmed by Braves. Underhand toss, ball deflected, and a whistle against Belmont. This one goes against Lexi Rickers. That's her first. Team foul number 5. 3:21 left to go. Still 33-27. Barneveld, again, just trying to bleed out the clock with a 6-point lead. Izzy Durst gets it across the timeline, dribbles behind her back, trying to shake off Lexi Rickers. Durst switches hands. Dribbles to the left elbow, loses the handle momentarily, but recovers. Now ball between the rings. Again, Durst behind her back, trying to shake off Rickers. Durst driving in the lane. Now back out. Under 3 minutes to play. 33-27. Izzy Durst just putting on a ball handling clinic and committing a foul as Casey Rickers with 2:45 left. The timeout was called with 4:31 to go. They've led the clock down to 2:45, did Barneveld. That's team foul number 6 against Belmont. And now Casey Rickers talking with the official as Rickers took a shoulder on that foul. Thought she might have a bloody lip for a second, but Esch gets the inbound pass in to Izzy Durst. Durst getting another dribble behind her back. Ball skipped ahead to Maya Norton, now left corner. As again, Barneveld holding on to the ball on this possession for over 2 minutes. They come up empty, but bleeding a precious amount of time off the clock. Belmont will take possession with 2:27 off the held ball. Community First Bank, freeing the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFbank.com, member FDIC. Lexi Rickers between the rings. Hands off to Casey Rickers on the right wing. 2:12 left to play. 6-point lead for Barneveld. Belmont trying to close the gap. Rickers in the lane. Tries to put it in. Off the front of the rim. No good. Ball poked out of bounds. It's Barneveld ball. 2:03 remaining. Aaron Lassie now in the game for Barneveld. That will send Maya Norton to the bench. The sports page welcomes you in for high school beverages and order at their menu. Weekly specials include Friday night fish, Saturday night prime rib, and large two-topping pizzas on Sundays. The sports page in Belmont. Izzy Durst trying to navigate the press by Belmont, and reaching in is Carson Raymaker. And now free throws coming up for Barneveld, as Izzy Durst will go to the free throw line. Durst with 14 points. She's 1 of 2 at the line so far tonight. Clock is stopped with 1:55. Still 33-27. Kaylee Imone checks back into the game for Barneveld. That will send number 30, Aaliyah Norton, to the bench. Durst loads up. Free throw just barely drops in. 34-27. Back to a 3-possession game for Barneveld. Second free throw also good. 35-27, 1:55 left. Belmont brings it across center court. Lexi Rickers in the corner. Cross court pass to Casey. Casey loads up for 3. Left wing. Ball drops out. And the rebound pulled down by number 12, Bryn Meyer. Meyer pushes ahead to Izzy Durst. Durst switches to the right hand. Now Durst trying to get past Lexi Rickers. Under 90 seconds to play. And a foul against Raymaker. Third on Carson Raymaker. Team foul number 8 for Belmont. Still a 1-1. Izzy Durst back at the line. Now with 16 points. 3 of 4 at the line. Free throw made. 36-27 with 1:24 to play. After the game, we'll have the Everett Jones Reedsmouth Management post-game show. We'll pick out our tri-court turning point. And the second free throw good for Durst. 37-27, 1:20 to play. Belmont's got to pull the rabbit out of the hat if they want to stay in this one. Morgan Freeman in the lane, puts up a shot, gets fouled on the way up. Free throws coming up for Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman with 9 points on the game. Looking for point number 10 as Aaliyah Norton checks back into the game. Kaylee Imone checks out. 1:09 remaining. 10-point lead for Barneveld, but Morgan Freeman at the line for the Braves. Freeman hits the first. Morgan Freeman now in double figures with 10. Can make it 11 on this free throw. And that one's good. 37-29, 1:09 to play. Belmont has to foul. They have 18 fouls, so still a 1-1. Aaron Lassie set to throw it in. And they skip it in to Izzy Durst. Durst sprinting across the floor on the near sideline. Skipped ahead to Esch in the corner. Esch dribbles it back out in a push on Courtney Fritz. And that is going to be a technical foul, or a flagrant foul, I beg your pardon, on Courtney Fritz. much to the pleasure of the Barneveld fans. And that's a flagrant with free throws coming up for Hannah Esch. Clock is stopped with 58.9 seconds. And Esch converts the free throw. 38-29, a second free throw coming up. This free throw is no good. But Barneveld keeps possession. Morgan Freeman checks back into the game for Belmont. 38-29, 58.9 seconds remaining. Izzy Durst. Actually, before that, timeout taken by Barneveld as there's confusion about who's going to throw in the inbound. And it is a full timeout. 38-29 our score from Barneveld High School on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Some scores that have gone final. Cuba City wins a regional championship over Mineral Point, 82-50 the final. On ESPN Radio AM 1590 WPVL and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, Prairie du Chien leading Platteville 36-23 with 5:08 left. And we'll see if we can check in on the game in Schulzburg, where the Miners have a 4-point lead on River Ridge with 24.2 seconds left. But coming out of the timeout, 58.9 seconds left here, 38-29. Barneveld leads Belmont in our Division V Regional Championship. And a quick whistle off the inbound as Casey Rickers, I believe, is guilty of the foul. Call her for a push. And now both teams in the double bonus. 2 free throws the rest of the way for both teams. Bryn Meyer at the line. Hits the first. Bryn Meyer now up to 5 points on the game on her first free throw tonight. Second free throw good. 40-29, Barneveld leading Belmont. Under a minute to play. Morgan Freeman kicks it out as Raymaker loads up for 3. That's off the front of the rim. Volleyball for the rebound, goes out of bounds. It'll stay with Belmont. Morgan Freeman inbounding baseline right side. Freeman gets it into Courtney Fritz in the left corner. Fritz driving in the lane and can't get the shot up cleanly, but she's going to go to the line with 2 free throws. As Aaliyah Norton guilty of the foul. Got both teams in the double bonus. Courtney Fritz swishes the first free throw on this trip. Gets her 5 points on the game. Second free throw good. Brittany Taylor checks into the game. Morgan Freeman checks out. Again, they got to pull Freeman out because she's got 4 fouls. As Aaron Lassie tries to throw it in. Gets it into Izzy Durst. And now Durst, nice dribble behind her back, switches to the left hand, trying to navigate the double team in the backcourt. Gets it across the timeline. Hands off to Aaron Lassie. 32 seconds left and a foul called against Belmont. And it'll go against Carson Raymaker. That's her 4th. Stops the clock with 31.7 seconds left. It's a 9-point lead for Barneveld. 40-31. Aaron Lassie at the line. Aaron Lassie looking for her first points. And swishes the first free throw. Morgan Freeman back in. Lassie loads up for the second free throw. Misses it. Rebound Belmont, 10-point lead for Barneveld, 41-31, 25 seconds left. Morgan Freeman driving in, layup off the window and in. And a timeout taken by Belmont. With 19.9 seconds left, still 41-33. Again, after the game, our Edward Jones Reese Wealth Management post-game show. And the winner of this game looking like it's going to be Barneveld. They will take on Schulzberg as Schulzberg comes away with the win over River Ridge, 42-34. Still 19.9 seconds left here on our Grant Regional Health Center People's State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty, and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Tyler Dictanis with you from a jam-packed Barneveld High School. As again, Barneveld just trying to hang on in the final 19.9 seconds, 8-point lead. In possession of the ball, Belmont has to foul. Again, Coach McGettigan pulling Morgan Freeman out of the game. As she goes to check back in as the inbound pass gets deflected into the backcourt. Belmont comes away with it. Brace trying to push it down the floor. Three-pointer in the corner, overshooting the rim is Lexi Rickers, and a foul off the rebound with 9.8 seconds left. Aaliyah Norton, I believe, will go to the free throw line. Jalen Leitzinger guilty of her second personal. And it will be Aaliyah Norton shooting free throws. She's got 7 points on the night. First free throws coming up here. Hits the first. 42-33, 9.8 left. Carson Raymaker now back in the game. And Norton hits the second. Brays with it in the corner. Morgan Freeman, high right side, 4 seconds left. Puts up a floater, hits the shot. And the inbound gets in, and that'll wrap it up. The Barneveld Golden Eagles are regional champions. They defeat Belmont tonight, 43-35. The Barneveld Golden Eagles improve to 19-7 on the season, and they reach the sectional round after missing it last year. Last trip was in 2023. And the Belmont Braves will finish with a record of 18-8. The Six Rivers West Conference champions fall as the number 4 seed. And playing in their final games for the Belmont Braves are Courtney Fritz, Morgan Freeman, Hannah Burgess, and Maggie Wadick. The seniors and Coach Jim Myers being awarded the regional championship plaque. And the Golden Eagles will start the party. They are regional champions, and they will take on Schulzberg on Thursday night in the sectional semifinal. Coming up, our Edward Jones Resource Management postgame show. I'll tally up the individual scoring. We'll pick out a tri-court turning point and recap our scores from Southwest Wisconsin. The Edward Jones Resource Management postgame show. Coming up in just a moment on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Keep it right here. Back in Barneveld, our Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management post-game show on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. The Barneveld Golden Eagles are victorious and take down the Belmont Braves 43-35 in our Division 5 Regional Championship. Recapping the scoring individually. The Golden Eagles were led by Izzy Durst with 18 points on the game. Only player in double figures for Barneveld. 8 points for Aaliyah Norton, 6 points for Bryn Meyer. 4 points for Kaylee Imone. 3 for Hannah Esch, 2 for Maya Norton, and 1 for Aaron Lassie. Eliza Gordon and Tatum Thousand saw action in the game but did not score for Barneveld. And for Belmont, they were led by Morgan Freeman, a 15-point effort in her final game in a Belmont Braves uniform. 6 points apiece for Courtney Fritz and Carson Raymaker. 3 for Casey Rickers. 2 points apiece for Jalen Leitsinger and Lexi Rickers. Brittany Taylor was 1 of 2 at the free throw line. And those are all the players who saw action for Belmont tonight. Our Tricor Turning Point brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. I would say the end of the first supply, first half. It was a 9-7 lead for Belmont. But then Barneveld turned things on and closed out the first half strong, taking a 20-11 lead into the halftime locker room, a 13-2 run to take the lead, and it was all Barneveld in the second half as well. So that 13-2 run to end the first half is our Tricor Turning Point tonight. Again, brought to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance today. Normally, I would do a post-game interview with coaches and players, but unfortunately, I have one microphone, and that's the one I have. So, unfortunately, we're unable to do post-game interviews, but congratulations to Barneveld for advancing to the sectional semifinal round. They will take on Shullsburg. Shullsburg, the winner tonight against River Ridge, 42-34. Other final scores on our shoebox scoreboard. Prairie du Chien defeats Platteville 44-27. Prairie du Chien advancing to the sectional round. Cuba City dominant over Mineral Point, 82-50. And looking at state wrestling, we have state champions Aiden Grunfelder from Peck Argyle, a champion at 120 pounds. Haken Peterson of Dodgeville, 3-time state champion. Rowan Carey of Mineral Point, Owen Seffrood of Darlington Blackhawk, Tyson Imhoff of Iowa Grant Highland, Jackson Bussey of Iowa Grant Highland, and Tristan Stelt of Fenimore, all champions in high school wrestling tonight. And we'll see if we can make this post-game interview happen, Coach, with just the one microphone. We're joined by Jim Myers, the head coach of the Barneveld Golden Eagles. Coach, congratulations on the win. Another very gritty game, low scoring, a very defensive battle here tonight. But just talk about the way that your team played tonight. Very defensively sound and really limiting Belmont what they wanted to do offensively.
Right, and that's really what we had to do to try to even stay in the game with them. And then when we got in some early foul trouble, we were able to kind of work around it a little bit. But kids off the bench came in and gave us big minutes. They might not have gave us a lot of points, but they gave us big minutes.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, I thought the turning point of the game was that 13-2 run that you guys had to close out the first half. You know, Belmont led 9-7, but your defense was able to clamp it down and really hold Belmont in check. What was it that kind of turned the game around for you from that point forward? Was there something said in the huddle or just some things that were executed a little bit better in that first half?
Execution a little bit, but I thought we could get the ball inside, and we started getting it down in the middle. And from there, one time we had a really nice into the post drop to a cutter for a layup. And then our post scored a couple baskets for us, and we got a couple fouls because it was kind of a struggle for us to even get a foul call there for a while in the second half. But That's really what we wanted to do, is touch it. And they went into the 1-3-1 in the second half, and we just got to show more patience with it. We took some good shots. They just didn't go in.
Yep, and one of the interesting things I saw in the second half, you called a timeout with 4:31 to go in the game, and your team just held onto the ball, just worked it around the court. Izzy Durst showing her splendid ball handling skills. My goodness, she was just clinical the way that she was handling the ball. Talk about what she means to this team. Obviously, a very talented player. You know, leading scorer tonight. I had her down for 18 points on the game. I mean, she had an outstanding performance here tonight, and she was very critical, especially down the home stretch, just holding onto the ball, kind of using offense to play defense and limiting Belmont what they can do.
Right. I mean, she's talented enough to be able to know that she needs the ball in her hands, and she's such a good free throw shooter, too, so they're not going to foul right away probably, so it's going to take some time off the clock. But we got to get her to see some people that are wide open under the basket, too, because we had a few down there, but I think at that time she just wanted to make sure she was in control of the ball.
Yeah, was it more just bleeding out the clock, or what was there? Were you trying and get an open shot under the basket and try and stretch the lead?
Yeah, well, right away when we went out, we were trying to just pull them out of the 1-3-1, and they didn't stay in it very long after that. And then once we got into that, we tried running our motion offense, and kids kind of, again, we had some few cutters that were wide open. We didn't throw it to them. Well, now we got to start again, and their pressure against some of the other kids kind of, made them work pretty hard, and then Iz kind of took over from there.
All right, then looking ahead, it'll be Schulzberg taking on Barneveld in the sectional semifinal on Thursday night. What do you know about the Miners, and what are you going to be emphasizing with your team heading into the sectional round coming up next week?
We played them right before Christmas, and they are a very good ball club. I mean, back at that time when we played them, they were undefeated when we ran into them, and we're fortunate enough to get a win down at their place right before Christmas. But they're big, they're physical, and they're very talented, and they're well coached. So we're going to have to work hard. I mean, we had to work our tails off to get what we got tonight, and it's not going to be any easier next week.
Yep, and before I let you go, I want to just talk about what the accomplishment is, for these girls to win a regional championship. Again, earning a #1 seed. You talked about, the learning curve that these girls had, implementing a new system at the beginning of the season. What does winning a regional championship tonight in this stacked, half sectional, what does this accomplishment mean to you and these girls?
Well, for me personally, it means a lot that they bought, like I talked to you earlier about buying into a system that we had when I was here the first time. And with that system kind of got lost a little bit over the years. And kids didn't believe they could win in basketball. And I think if that's the one thing that we get out of this, that they can count on each other and get a win in these situations, that's worth everything, whether it means we go any further or what. But that's the biggest thing, is they believe right now, and I think they like basketball a little bit.
Yep, again, what an outstanding accomplishment for the Barneveld Golden Eagles team. Go enjoy this one, Coach, and we'll see you guys next Thursday for the sectional semifinal. Congrats, Coach.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for covering us.
Absolutely. That's head coach Jim Myers joining us on our Edward Jones Reeswald Management post-game show on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Again, Barneveld, your winner tonight, 43-35. Again, Barneveld improves to 19-7 on the campaign. They take on Schulzberg on Thursday night on one of our Queen Bee Radio family of stations. Also intend to do a video stream on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel as well. And again, the Belmont Braves, they finished their season with a record of 18-8. The outright Six Rivers West Conference champions fall as the #4 seed again in this very loaded Division 3 or Division 5 half sectional and in sectional 3. Asked Coach Myers about the Tri-Core turning point, that 13-2 run to close out the First Supply first half that gave Barneveld the 20-11 lead, and Belmont just could not have an answer in that second half either. Want to thank both head coaches, Kaylee McGettigan of Belmont and Jim Myers for the pregame interviews, and to Jim Myers for the postgame interview that we had just a moment ago. Thanks to Jason Schulting and the entire staff at Barneveld High School for being gracious hosts and helping me with our video stream here this evening. Thanks to all of our sponsors who help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center And People State Bank coverage of high school girls basketball presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered in the postseason by Tim Slack Auction and Realty and H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical. Once again, your final score. Barneveld defeats Belmont 43-35 in our Division 5 Regional Championship. Barneveld takes on Charlesburg on Thursday night. And Barneveld's season comes to an end with a record of 18-8. From the Wolf Construction broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thanks so much for joining us, and good night from Barneveld High School. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you for boys playoff basketball coming up on Tuesday. Good night, everyone.